Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and I'm at Star Cottage Studio today. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Um, Sorry for a little bit of a late start. I was getting something together that I hope y'all are gonna like, and I had to confer with Andrew about it, about pricing on it. Yeah, tonight we're gonna have some fun. I have some things that I pulled, some things that we've never shown before, some things that I pulled from some drawers we've never really opened much before for the live. And they're fun things. They're not super expensive things tonight. At least not most of it, I didn't pull anything super expensive. I wanted to kind of have a chill evening tonight with a lot of kind of just really affordable things. Sorry, I'm still like checking places. I'm not streaming on Instagram today because Instagram tends to take my all of my screen space. Whenever I stream to Instagram, it throws up extra things on the screen and I can't see people. So if you're normally out there on Instagram, I'm sorry, we're not there tonight. But I've spent a whole long day over here at the cottage shipping things. So a number of you probably saw shipping notifications go out. So that's great. I love that. That makes me happy. I'm sure it makes you happy too. If you haven't yet, I'm working on a lot of people. I had to reorder like tons of supplies today. It was a supply order day, so I had to reorder all of our plastic bags because I'm almost out. As a small business, sometimes those things, they're necessities, but they're also those things that they're not always easy to afford. Because when we do order them, they last a long time because we order them in larger quantities, but it's not always easy to order them. So I had to order. I just got tissue paper last week. That was something we were out of. I had to order more 6x6 and 5x5 boxes that a lot of your orders come in. So that is something that I've been putting off. I got that ordered today. I had to order paper because our printer paper was almost completely out. I found a half of a ream at the house. I thought I had one more ream in our box here. I did not. So that was something I had to order. Plastic bags for all the things we put beads in to ship out to you all, and here for these lots. I don't know if you know this, but whenever I pack up your orders, very rarely, like we often pack beads like this when we put a lot number in here and set it aside, and then we pull them and, for your orders and whatnot. I usually repack all of these. So when we have loose beads, they don't usually come in the bags that we've put the lots in because they get a little bit dirty sitting here just from moving around, like with the beads in them. Sometimes they get a little bit, like they look worn, like that looks a little bit worn to me. So I don't like to put your stuff, I don't like to ship that out to you like that. Even though it's really a brand new bag. It just looks a little bit worn from being tossed around and moved around and pre-packed and all that. So I repack everything into separate bags for you all. So then the bags look nicer when they arrive to you, and the bags look clearer, they don't look crumply. So I had to reorder those. And I had to order jewelry boxes, small and large jewelry boxes. Those came the other day though, so I did get those a little bit earlier than today. And yeah, so it was a big order day here. And let's see, who's here? Hello, Susie. Thank you for joining us. Cynthia's with us. Hello, Cynthia. Kimberly is also here. Norma is here. Teresa is here. Thank you all for joining us today. Cynthia says that's a good problem to have, having to order stuff. Yeah, it is. It means that things are going out. But it's always one of those things that sometimes falls off my radar. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but sometimes I think I have it. And we've talked about that. And I think like things like that sometimes completely just like like, you don't need to put anything aside for buying boxes. Who needs that? We need that because without those things, I can't ship any more orders out to y'all. So that stuff is coming. It should be here by Friday, a lot of that. So if there's any slowdown this week for anything, it's going to be because I need some certain things to come in. But for the most part, I think we're okay. If somebody has some larger orders, they may take a little bit to go out because I'm waiting for those larger cardboard boxes. We generally ship in either a bubble envelope, a number 0 bubble envelope with jewelry boxes inside, or we ship in a 5x5 or a 6x6 box. And if I ever run out of any of those particular things, like I will never wrap your things in tissue paper and just stick them in an envelope. So if I run out of jewelry boxes, that slows things down a little bit until I get jewelry boxes in. Because I know some people will wrap your stuff up in bubble wrap or wrap it in tissue paper and stick it in an envelope and just send it out. But we will never do that. Everything comes in a jewelry box if it goes inside of an envelope. I don't think I've ever, anytime I've shipped, I hope that anybody that has shipped for us has done the same thing because that's what they're supposed to do. We want your stuff to arrive in good order. And so making sure that it's at least inside of a box inside of that envelope makes me feel better. But there are certain things sometimes that slows down. If it grows beyond 2 kind of this size jewelry boxes, you know, the ones that are about this big by that tall, I can fit 2 of those in an envelope. If it grows beyond that, it has to go into a 5x5x5 box because that's the next size up for us. And it kind of streamlines shipping a little bit, you know, but sometimes it does take longer just because the way I pack things and do things. Susan's here. Hello, Susan. Teresa says, I got a full box of goodies on Saturday. Some things I forgot about. I'm glad they made it. I always like when things make it to people. Let's see here. Susan also says, I really appreciate the care you take with our orders. Thank you. I try really hard. And so, you know, I hope you all like it. I hope it all comes across well for you. I know we're not the fanciest shippers and packers and all that, but we do try hard to make things nice and without spending too much money and too much time on the packaging. My mental gymnastics packing things anyway makes things sometimes take a little longer. Sometimes I wish I wish we did like little bows and ribbons and things and all that and pretty things on packages. It would probably all get smashed during transit anyway, but sometimes I wish we did that. But I think if I did that, it would be messy. It would take forever. Like I'd be tying the bow. Like I just, you know, like that bow doesn't look great. They're going to think I rushed that too much. I better retie it. That's kind of how my brain works. I'm very critical, even though like if I got that, I'd be like, oh, that's nice. They took the time to do that. In my mind, people would be like, no, well, that bow, that's a little off center. Even though I know you're all not like that. Like, I don't know why I put that on, on our people when they're not anything like that, but I should know better, but it's really a reflection on me. Let's see here. Anna says, I also got a package on Saturday. So fun to open everything, right? I think so. I like it. I love open it. I like that's why I pack things. For one, it makes sure things get to you okay. For two, I think it's a nice little opening. It's like a present, like a birthday or a Christmas or a holiday day, I think. Cindy says, beads, please. We're going to get to the beads. We always chat at the beginning. We spend about, 30, 40, 50 minutes usually chatting and hanging out and just letting people filter in. Because right now we've got about 9 people watching, and normally we get up to about 30 or so people, anywhere between 20 and 30 people watching. So give people time to filter in, lets us get to know one another. But we've got lots of beads. I've got 40 lots for y'all tonight. And I did some things. I hope you're going to like these. I made some of these mixed bags of these loose beads. We always, we often sell individual beads. We sell things by the bead sometimes. We have entire shows that are loose beads, loose gemstones. And so I made up some little bags of some really nice quality, like I asked Andrew what I should charge on these. That's what I was conferring with him about. And it was, we were going back and forth on it. And he's like, some of those I would keep. I said, well, I kind of got them from that tray over there. He's like, those were my beads. So I've made up little baggies of mixed loose gemstones. I hope you like them. There's only one of each. So there are 10 of these available, I think. I think maybe nine of them available. And there's 8 really high quality gemstones in each one. And I hope you like them. We've never done that before. We've done some kind of things, mixed lots, like, you know, but we've never done like the high quality little lot of gemstones. So we're going to start the show off with that today once we get going. And then I have some other lots of things that I've pulled from the drawers, some of my favorite things. Susan says, I hope you aren't in trouble, William. I hope not too. He's been too busy. I kind of went over and I asked him things, and he's like, these are really nice. I said, I know, because we're going back and forth. I'm like, I want to give everyone a really good deal. I said, how about this? And he's like, well, those are pretty nice. How about this? So we're going back and forth on it. And that's when he's like, some of those, if they don't, I would keep them. And I said, well, I got them from that tray as I was leaving the room. I'm like running out of the room. I got them from that tray over there. And he's like, those are mine. But I didn't go back for seconds on that. So we'll see. Maybe you won't like them anyway. So if you don't like them, then they're going to stay here anyway, and I won't be in trouble. But if you do like them, hopefully the price we decided on them is good enough that he'll be like, okay, that was okay. That was worth it. Because they've been sitting here for a little while on our sorting tray. And he probably did have plans for them for something, but he started sorting. As you can see, some of them are sorted by like beads in bags already. So he started the process of sorting them, but he didn't get around there. These are all like, some of these don't have like beads, so there's no way to make, you know, multiples of them. Whoops. Well, screen. Let me see. Why are you flipping? There we go. Back to normal. Sandra's here. Hello, Sandra. Whoa, my comments just jumped all the way to the top. That has never happened. Let's see. Anna's here. Hello, Anna says, I also got a package on Saturday, so fun opening everything. Did I say that already? I think I just said that already. Kimberly says, I've started recording from my channel. I will do an unboxing when my box arrives. So excited. AG beads are amazing. Thank you. We appreciate that. Hopefully now I've got extra pressure. I'm like, do I need to, because I just shipped a box today and I didn't drop it off yet until tomorrow morning. I'm like, do I need to repackage anything? Did I pack? I hope that my packing ability, I hope it worked out well. I hope it looks good for the channel. And congratulations on recording for your channel. That's awesome. I need to record more pre-recorded videos. If anyone's starting a YouTube channel, here's a little business basic that you might want to know. Live videos don't count for much of anything. So if you are starting a YouTube channel and you want to grow in your subscribers, don't do like us. We do lives on YouTube every weekday, pretty much. As far as gaining subscribers and getting noticed by YouTube, live videos are not where it's at. We have found that when we were doing tutorials for our Saturday morning tutorials, the pre-recorded videos that are recorded, edited, and then uploaded, and then premiered on a certain day, like we did them on Saturday with Jen. When we were doing those, we were getting more subscribers every week, just doing one of those a week. So if you are doing a YouTube channel, do not rely on live videos to grow your channel. That's coming from, we know we don't have a ton of people on our YouTube channel. We're appreciative for everyone who is there. We have over 2,000 subscribers, but if you want to grow faster, upload, film your videos, and then upload them. Even if they are kind of off the cuff, that's really in right now, where you don't do a lot of editing or you do no editing. You'd think I'd be good at those videos. I should just do some. But if you ever want to grow a little bit, record your videos and upload them. YouTube likes that better. Shorts also help. Really, our shorts that we do once in a while, I was doing them a few times a week. I've gotten off the kick of that, but they do help too. Shorts definitely help grow if you keep those up, and uploaded videos. Lives, not what YouTube's about apparently, because our lives don't really get us many more subscribers. They don't really push our lives out there, but they were pushing the tutorials. So just a hint. And congratulations again, Kimberly, on getting that started. That's exciting. I never did ask, how was your show on Sunday? I meant to ask you that yesterday, and I totally blanked out of my brain. Terry says, it was like Christmas in July. I got a package of Andrew's artwork too. Yeah, I had to send that separate. It could not fit in that box. So you got a separate, sometimes that happens. It can't fit in a box. So it goes in an envelope or something, another box sometimes, depending on what it is. A number of you ordered pieces of my pottery. Thank you so much, off of our sale in the online store. Those I can't ship yet. I'm waiting for our boxes to come in. So I thought I had enough boxes and I used them up for other orders. So if you're waiting on that, that'll just be a little bit longer. So I apologize for that, but it'll come. Sandra asks, are these tumbled stones? These ones, most of them are very high quality faceted stones. You know, like simple cut and faceted. Some are tumbled, but many of them are simple cut, faceted, higher end. Like we're talking like AAA quality stones. Let's see here. Hello, Angela. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Angela, Anna, Norma. I'm sure it's beautiful, says Kimberly. I hope the package is good. I hope it's all good. Susan says it's been stormy here this afternoon. We were stormy earlier in the day, and the sun came out. I was driving. I had to make a quick run. I put up the banner for this live, and then I had to run to the grocery store and then stop at home and check on the cats, use the bathroom, and then make sure the cats had some food for tonight, because we're usually here late when we do the lives from here, and run back here. And on the way, it was just like beautiful. It was like kind of gray a little bit from the storm clouds, but the bright sun like pushing its way through. Really bright portions of the sky, really pretty blues. It was a really pretty, afternoon, early evening here. Sandra says, the reels you do, you should just post on YouTube. I do. I record everything now on Edits. It's a new app by Meta. So I was having a problem sometimes with Instagram not exporting things with music. And so I switched to their Edits app. And now I record all of our stuff in Edits and it exports just fine. I think one of the problems was if you get over 30 seconds, so this is the way the rights for music work, to another small business basic, right? The rights for music through Meta, and they all share these rights now. They're starting to get together where if one thing isn't copyrighted, because you can add, how you can add music to your reels or to your posts now and all that. Well, a lot of these musical rights now are shared across multiple networks, so that if you make a video in one, it's not going to get struck out in another. But the way things work is if you have, I think it's, if a video is over 30 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, and you have two different musics in it, something happens. If it's over 60 seconds, it will still strip all of your music out of it. I'm trying to think. There's something about how you have to have at a certain length, you have to have not so small business basic. At a certain length of your video, your music, you have to have like double. You can't have just one long piece in there. And then if it gets too long, then it strips all the music out anyway on export, because the rights, I guess, are only up to a minute or something like that. So that is something I learned, and it does tell you that now in the Edits app. So that is something I learned while using that. But once I make one, we share all of the reels that I make to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads. So I share all of our reels that I make to those 6 places every time I make them. So you can watch us everywhere if you want to. The reels that Andrew makes, he shares them to his personal usually, and sometimes his Andrew Thornton artist page, but he does not share his reels to the Allegory Gallery page. If they show up there, it's because I shared them over there. He generally doesn't do any of it. He does almost none of the social media for Allegory Gallery. So if you saw an email from us, Instagram posts, anything posted on Facebook from Allegory Gallery, almost pretty much 95% of the time I posted it. Because he works on his stuff, and he doesn't, he knows I work on this, so he likes to just let me do it. Sometimes it's easier if one person is handling it. So that's what that is. And we don't like to dilute his reels too much. I like people who see his reels to follow him on his page, because his stuff doesn't always show up here in Allegory Gallery. So it's one of those things. Do we make Allegory Gallery everything, or do we kind of keep it beads and kind of the things that we make to sell through us? It's a balancing act, and maybe we're too careful about it. But a lot of times we don't cross post too much of his stuff to us, because Andrew Thornton Artist is kind of his own thing, and he's kind of trying to develop his own piece of the world through that. So it's sometimes a balancing act. Kimberly says it was a slow show, only sold 3 items, but it's a weekly deal. I'm going to go back. That's nice. Yeah, and you were there one other time, right? And it started raining. But the more people see you at a show, the better it is. Sometimes the first show, or 3 or 4 times at a show, till people start to recognize you, and then you start picking up. It's the same way with like our store and all that stuff. Vicky says, how's TikTok working for you? You were always at the top of my for you. TikTok, I don't concentrate on it enough. I've slowed down in doing reels. I was doing reels like 3 or 4 times a week there for a while, and I just kind of got out of the habit. It's very easy with everything we do for me to get out of the habit of something. And when I was in the habit, we were seeing more views on TikTok. It was not some place where we got customers from, I would say, really. But we were starting to get some comments. Some of the biggest things that people were excited about were when we were in Memphis and we did the metal pouring. So we got some of the most comments about that kind of thing. And, that doesn't really have, it's great to show that we did it and that we were there and we made a presence there and we took classes there. Andrew did. But it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't do anything for the store, but, there's that balance, right? I could spend time constantly posting things there and answering questions about things that we don't really do. It's such, like, you never know where the next customer is going to come from, or the next, person in our community is going to join from. But at the same time, like, how much time do you spend on each of these things? If we had somebody to do our shipping and we had somebody to run our store for us, if we were at that point and, we had somebody the person running our store was also adding things to our online store, and Andrew and I could do these lives, and somebody else, once we were done, would sort stuff and pack it up. And if we were just left to do kind of the social media portion of things, that would be great. I would be on social media all the time, doing all the things all the time. Like, I enjoy it. I like taking pictures of things. I like taking videos of things. I like editing the videos. I like doing these lives. But we just can't do everything right now. And I'm looking forward to that day when we can, because that's the fun time. But yeah, TikTok is one of those things. We don't get sales from it. We don't have a TikTok store. I tried to set up a TikTok store and it was a little bit confusing even for me, and I'm pretty good with technology. Um, so I don't know. And I don't think I want to. I started getting into it, and then I thought to myself, I'm like, do I really want a TikTok store? Like, do I want another place to sell stuff? No. Um, it's confusing enough sometimes with all of our inventory and stuff. So TikTok is good. We don't have a lot of followers, but we do gain some almost every time I post something, which is not something I can say for the other networks. We're fairly fresh and young on TikTok, so I think that's why. But when I do post stuff, I usually gain a few followers. We get, decent views for the most part compared to our other networks. I really should spend more time maybe on it, but I think spending time on it is really just going to be the same as sharing the reels on it that we've been sharing everywhere else. I just need to get back into making them. But I'm glad we're coming up at the top for you. That's great. Kimberly says, thank you for the channel advice. Happy. Teresa says, are you shipping the bracelet? Yes, I am. I have it. Sometimes that stuff I don't like to ship with other stuff. So I do have that, and it will probably come out in a separate package for you. I also have 2 pairs of earrings that are going to come with that you got. I just think I just got bit. I think I just got a really itchy, and there's like something got me. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Susan said, I'm having a William kind of day, having an allergic reaction to bug bites. I just said that. Normally I don't have too bad of a reaction to things. Normally I'm pretty okay, but I've been getting bit up lately. Something bit me under my arm. Something I think just bit me on my hand while I'm sitting here. Either that or I'm having an allergic reaction to something, which is completely possible too. Let me I had a candy bar before this, and I don't think I've had those before. It was a Snickers almond, and I love the Snickers almond, but I've had them before and I've never had an issue. So I hope I'm not developing some issue with that. Anyway, sorry you're having an allergic reaction. Sandra says, I have the Edits app, but don't really understand what it is or how it differs. So the Edits app allows you to do all the things you can do as you start an Instagram reel, but it allows you to export it for other platforms. So Instagram, sometimes Instagram, you can download your reels, but a lot of times when you download them on certain accounts, my personal account strips the music and my voiceovers out every time I download them. The Allegory Gallery account does that sometimes, but not all the time. So the Edits app is where you can make a video, edit it. It's kind of like, I think, CapCut. I don't use CapCut. I've never used it, but a lot of people use that to post to multiple platforms. It's pretty much Meta's answer to CapCut. So you make the videos, you add the music, you add the effects, you add the voiceovers, you add whatever you want to do, and then you export it to your phone instead of posting it directly. I have to post my Instagram reels to get them to download properly. So you don't have to post first. This is, you just export it directly. Teresa says, my husband was fixing a deck and he got bit by so many ants. His whole side was swollen and red. Ants can be nasty. I've thankfully never gotten bit by a lot of ants. But Andrew talks about it because he was in Florida and they had bad ants down there. and like the fire ants and stuff. And yeah, not good. Anna says, you do well on the social media separated. It seems like a good balance. Yeah, I think, thank you for saying that. I think it is important in some cases to separate our things out. Because, there's that thing too, like if Andrew posts a reel and then I always share everything to the Allegory Gallery page, what ends up happening is people will see it maybe from our page and they'll be like, oh, I already saw it. I don't need to like it. I liked it before when I saw it before. You figure we share it multiple places. You're probably going to like it once. But if you see that reel pop up again, you're either going to assume you already liked it and just keep going. You're going to say, I already liked it before. Some of you will like it all the time because that's what you do, and we appreciate that. But some of you may not even realize, like, oh, this is Andrew's account. I should like it for Andrew so his account grows. And so that's one of the reasons. If we post everything all the time, everywhere, then it kind of sometimes overloads people. Like you'll see it, oh, I'm on TikTok, I just saw their post again. Oh, I'm on Instagram, oh, there comes their post again. And for the most part, you all are diehard followers and supporters. We appreciate you, and we know that you like everything, and we appreciate that. But average people, if there's like a saturation point, right? And if they're watching on different networks and we keep popping up with the same reel everywhere they go, it's going to get tiring for them. And so we do try to separate it out. And, maybe we should overload more and maybe we get more followers everywhere. I don't know. But we don't like to do that to people because we don't like it when it happens to us. There will be times I will be on Facebook on my account and I'll see a reel and I'll watch it. I'll be like, oh, that's nice, and like it. And then I switch over to the Allegory Gallery account and I'm like, there's that same reel again. It must know I've switched over. So it wants me to look at it again. And then I'll move over to Instagram. There's that reel again over on Instagram. At some point, I just skip them, right? And unless it's somebody I really know or a small business I follow, I just start skipping them. And that's what we don't want to have happen. So I'm glad it seems like a good balance. I'm glad we're doing it right. I hope you all enjoy that. Kimberly says, I'm talking like carved minerals, handmade jewelry, and fast fashion pieces. Oh, I'm taking like carved minerals, handmade jewelry, and fast fashion pieces. Good. That's good. That should be stuff that probably is easy for the most part for people to want to pick up, especially at shows. Hello, Suzanne. Thank you for joining us. Sandra says, I am not bothering now with TikTok since the U.S. government will be owning it in 2026. I know. That's why, all this stuff up and down about it and the things they've done to concede to, the powers that be, and how it has, a lot of people have been silenced a little bit over there on TikTok, it seems like, because of some of the changes they're making. We're there because, some of our friends that we know have done pretty well recently, just trying to get on it, and some small businesses we know have gained a lot of followers. So, we are pushing things there, but we're not making a separate effort. That's why I'm using the Edits app. I'm exporting it and I'm posting that same thing everywhere. And I know that kind of goes against a little bit what I said about seeing the reels everywhere, but we know that we are not big enough on most of those networks that you're going to see everything everywhere. And sometimes I don't post, to be honest. Sometimes I do skip things here and there. It just depends. Nancy's here. Hello, Nancy. Let's see. Kimberly says, I try to like it every time I see it. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, I do that for small businesses we follow. Anytime I see it, like when you all post, when you post in the Design Challenges group, I try to, hit the little love button. When I see you posting in your own businesses or your own personal pages, I try to hit that love button. it makes a difference, you know, it makes a difference because not everyone sees it everywhere. And, you know, posts with higher like counts tend to get people to like them more. If people start seeing that a lot of other people have hit the like button, they're more likely to hit the like button. It's a human thing, right? So just because, you know, maybe 15 people liked it in our design challenges group, but on your personal page, you don't have as many people liking it, I'm going to like it there too. So hopefully it keeps the numbers going up. I think it just helps all around, especially because we know some of you are, you know, starting or do have businesses, and we want you to do well too, because if you do well, hopefully you keep coming back to us for some beads, and we keep doing well. Let's see. Teresa says, I like seeing your different pages. I try to like each time I see something. I appreciate that. We really, really do. It is important. Like I said, it's super important because it makes a big difference. It really does. Yeah. Because, you know, not all of our people, like when we post in the Design Challenges group, a lot of our posts in the group get more likes than on our page. And that's because Facebook pushes groups, right? So when we post something into the group, more people in the group will see it than people on our actual Facebook page, which has 8,000 some followers. And the page post might get 3 likes. The group post may get like 10, 15, 20, or who knows. So the more people that like it everywhere, the more it helps. And we try to do the same thing when we see your businesses and your personal pages and all that, because it makes a difference. And that's what AG Bead Fam's all about, right? Keep it in the family, keep it going. I have a Gatorade today. Normally I have my juice water. I have that too. But I went to get Andrew a candy bar, and so I got myself a candy bar, and I knew he would need to be hydrated because he doesn't drink enough water. And I got myself one too. I got a double. We got the candy bar and Gatorade for both of us. All right, y'all. How's everybody's day going? Y'all doing good? Doing well? Correct grammar. Yeah, so I'm going to start out today with these bags of stones. And I hope you like them. If you don't, it's all right. I'm trying something new, but I think I picked some really good, fun combinations. And we're going to do them all at $12 each. We're going to do them all at $12 each. Because I think that's 8 stones for $12. Normally they should be at least $16 to $24, because normally we sell these stones at, because they're AAA grade stones, when we sell them loose in the store, they're usually much more. Sometimes in the store, some of these stones are like $6, $7, $8. So we're gonna do them for you all at 12 for 8 of them. I think it's a really good deal. Terry says, my sister said that it is better to love a post than like it. That's why I love posts all the time. I pretty much only love posts. And maybe Facebook has figured out that I do that all the time, and maybe mine doesn't count as much, but I do always change it to the love or the laugh or the, I very rarely like a post with just a thumbs up. And that's just because I feel like it does more. And so, you know, if people are new to us and they follow me as a person, or they befriend me, they're probably, you know, when you friend somebody new, a lot of times that new person shows up a lot at first. And so they probably get a lot of love. They're like, what is this stalker person doing, sending me all these loves? But it's not flirting or anything. It's just making sure that, you know, you're getting the attention that hopefully that other people will see it too. But yeah, anyway, let's see. I only love posts, says Teresa. Yeah, right. Suzanne asks, stones or beads? These are all beads. I'm almost 100% sure that there were no stones on here, just beads. So these are AAA grade beads or pendants that are Mostly, some are like faceted, like faceted rondelles and things like that, but most are simple cut, and they're really beautiful. Some are tumbled. There's a little bit of that in there, but anyway, let's show you. All right, let me flip the camera around. Let's get this show on the road. On the road? We don't go on the road. Andrew goes on the road. I don't go on the road. Not too much. Andrew's going to be leaving next week to be on the road. And so you're just going to have me all for the next, like, oh, I don't know, all for 3 weeks or something like that. It's going to be me and you, y'all, for like the next 3 weeks. I forgot to make papers. So let me put out the first bag of beads. So this is what I'm talking about. Now, some of these are just like fun beads, right? These are still very nice, but they're really nice quality beads. And like this one, look at this aquamarine in there. If they have some fun ones, like this is more of a fun one. I think this is I'm pretty sure this is a dyed chalcedony, which is, that's nice anyway. But for any of the ones that have a lower, not quite like a big AAA grade nice one, they're going to be compensated generally with some of these really nice, like this lemon quartz. Look at that. Lemon quartz. You got some carnelian. Got this beautiful quartz. So there's 8 beads. Let me cut up some papers. Let me actually, what am I going to call this show? We did RLW yesterday. Susan asked, are they all gemstones or some glass? These are all gemstones. These are all gemstones. No glass. All gemstones. Unless I accidentally put any glass in there, but we'll see as I go through. I tried to be careful. I don't think there's any glass actually on this tray, so I don't think there's some shell, but there's no glass, and I tried to avoid any of the shell. So I do have one with a pearl though, which is a really fun pearl. Let me see. It was RLW. I don't want to do anything close to that just in case people still claim from yesterday and get mixed up. Let's do VRL. VRL, did I ever do VR? I don't think I've ever done VRL. Very random lots. No, VRL. One. These are going to be $12 a bag, only one bag of each available. All right. For those of you who may be new, if you'd like to purchase from this video, take down the lot number. That's the VRL1, for example. Put that in the subject line of an email. Send that email to info@allegorygallery.com. There are a few little rules. If you send an email and you win, because it's first come, first serve, you are promising to take it. No takebacks. If you send us an email, multiple emails, please send a new email each time. Do not send an email by replying to an old email, because that throws off the works. So just send us a new email every time. And what's the other thing we usually say? We don't tell you if you've won until the end, because we figure that your business is your business and it's nobody else's business if you've gotten anything. But if you do want to know if you've gotten anything, you can ask us and we'll answer you on the live. All right. So Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Thank you for joining us. And so this is VRL1, and it has this beautiful set of 8 different gemstones, $12 per lot. Normally, like this one, this would be like a $6 individual gemstone. This is a really high quality aquamarine. This would probably be a $4 to $5 lemon quartz. Beautiful stone. I don't think it's lemon topaz. That would be even more expensive. The more I look at it, the more I wonder, but I think it's lemon quartz. This has a little bit of this has a little bit of gold in it too, which is really pretty. So you get those VRL1, $12. So if you like that, send VRL1 in the subject line of an email to info@allegorygallery.com. First come, first serve. So for those of you who like our individual stone cells, I thought maybe you'd like these. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe nobody wants any of these. VRL2. Okay. Beautiful, very light amethyst stone. This one's amethyst heavy with this beautiful dogtooth amethyst. This is actually a pendant top drilled. With this amethyst, they are beautiful. Somebody will want them, Susanna. We'll see. We'll see. This is chrysoprase, chrysocolla. I always mix the two up. This is also a little pendant. Very nice quality stone. Then some more of the lemon quartz. Hopefully not lemon topaz, because that would be, one stone would be like the price of the whole bag. This is a dyed chalcedony. And then you get the rose quartz here. We've just sold VRL2. We've just sold this one. Thank you so much. Chrysoprase, Susanna, thank you. I don't know why. I never used to mix them up, but then somehow in my head, they got confused. Did you ever have that? Something that you used to know and then suddenly you don't anymore? You know what? I should leave these out, shouldn't I? I forgot we're doing that now. Let me leave this one out since it hasn't sold yet. So that you can, I'll leave a few out at a time. Oh, and remember, if you didn't watch until the end of last night, and this almost looks like a 2. I'm sorry, that's a 1. Let me just, I start thinking about these things. I'm like, that kind of looks like a 2. People might get confused. VRL1, $12. That looks more like a 1. Okay, not to confuse anybody. If you didn't watch till the end of last night's video, Andrew showed some of his creatures. He did some gargoyles in a very different style than he normally does. They're kind of grungy looking, like they're matte. And so he did those, and then he also did some squonks. And squonk is a cryptid from Pennsylvania, which is a thing that is supposedly so ugly, it cries relentlessly about itself. It's kind of sad. But if you did miss it, Andrew put them up for sale. I think they were $36 each. So you can see them, I think, on his timeline. He did some reels of them. I don't know if he made a post or not, but they're available at the end of last night's video, if you take a look at that video. So this has smoky quartz, another beautiful carnelian, a lemon quartz, some beautiful amethyst, rose quartz. This is another one of these kind of quartz, kind of lemony. I think they're lemon. It's a very light yellow. And then a dyed chalcedony for fun. And that one has sold. Thank you so much. Let me put that away since it's sold. Don't want to get it mixed up. Anna says they are awesome creatures. Suzanne says those creatures are so cool. Susan says I fell asleep before the end and woke up to some weird video. That happens. We appreciate you keeping the video on while you fall asleep. Make sure I didn't crack. No, we're all good. All right. BRL3 sold. Thank you so much. I think these are really good deals. We were going to go a little bit higher on them because the gemstones, like some of these, like I said, we sell for like $6 a stone. But we said just give them all a good deal tonight. And that'll definitely help us out if they sell. Susan says, I hope I'm not wrong. Chrysoprase is a type of quartz. Chrysocolla is a much softer stone. Yeah, I used to have no problem with them. And then I started getting in my head about it. You know, that happens sometimes. So these are really pretty. Look at these. Beautiful. These might be, I don't know. These are quartz. They're much darker. This is a citrine. Beautiful citrine. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, have I been saying quartz instead of citrine for some of these? I think I have. I think those ones that are slightly yellow are not quartz. I think they're actually citrine. In a clear little round pendant drop. And I'm not sure. Some of these I don't know what they're, because I just pulled them from this thing. I'm not entirely sure 100%. I should know, right? This looks like a jade to me. Little jade disc. And then I have this. This looks like an opal of some sort. It's got a little bit of blue in there with the green. And this is a drop. Since I have several strands of the dye chalcedony from AG, it's wonderful stuff. Yeah, it really is. We love it. Like this, look how bright, look how festive. Angela went to Land of Nod early last night. Nice. So this is VRL4, $12. So far 1 and 4 are still available. Oh, this is another one. Whoa. Boy, I'm like clumsy today. I feel very clumsy. Like I'm normally a little bit clumsy, but I feel very clumsy today. All right. This one has this beautiful smoky quartz, high grade faceted rondelle. So you get that. You get this beautiful apatite. Nice kind of neon blue. It's kind of that neon apatite. You get that. You get a nice large onyx, faceted onyx, drilled lengthwise. You get the aquamarine. You get a regular quartz, faceted rondelle. You get this carved, I think this is a serpentine. Pretty sure it's a serpent. It could be jade. Jade would make sense, right? And the hole goes either this way in this one or this way. You can do it however you want, this way or this way, which is fun, I think. And then you get this really nice deep amethyst, which is kind of drilled a little off kilter, which I like. You can see the drill hole, it goes kind of that way, which is kind of cool. And then, oh, I just blanked. These are this series, this one and this one go together. These are an opal, and I'm not sure if it's Peruvian opal or if this is a dendritic opal, because there's some dendrites in there. I don't know that it might just have some. I don't know that it's classified as dendritic opal, but these are drops or pendants. There's the hole across the top. And VRL 5 has just sold. Thank you so much. That one is sold. I think these are really good prices for these. I hope you're enjoying them. It was just an idea. I saw that, this is an idea I had for a little while. I saw this tray of beads, and it has been sitting around for a little bit. And I was like, what if I made little baggies? But then I was like, we're gonna have to sell them too expensive. And that's why I wanted to get Andrew's input on them. But because I know y'all understand that some of these are really nice stones. But we never like to make things too overpriced, or just even, I don't even want to say too overpriced, just too normal priced. We like to give you the deals. Like if I had to sell these for like, $30 a bag, because these are normally like $5 each in a lot of cases, I would not feel right doing that, even though some of them are really actually worth that. So the smoky quartz is an underrated elegant stone. I think so. I love smoky quartz. I've got 2 chunks of smoky quartz in this one. So we've got it in this beautiful tumbled glassy like nugget, which I think is gorgeous. And then another one of these faceted rondelles here. And then lemon quartz, I want to say, on this one. That's like a tumbled one though instead. And then this is a lemony quartz too. This is slightly, oh, that's nice. It's slightly yellow. Really beautiful. And then we have the rose quartz. Nice quality rose quartz. You've got the another one of these dyed chalcedonies. The amethyst and the dogtooth amethyst pendant. Like this pendant, we could, like a retail pendant like this, you could easily make it $6, $7. So that's like half the price of the whole thing. You all know. I don't have to talk anybody into it. Y'all know what you're getting. They're good stones. All right. VRL7. Some of you are probably like, that's too cheap. You're selling them too cheap. What are you doing? Are you trying to go out of business? No, we're not trying to go out of business, anybody, in case anybody's wondering. Okay. One moment. I'll be right back. I just got to check on this one stone, because if this one stone, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I wanted to check on this one because I think this one is Heliodor. And I know sometimes that's a little bit much more expensive. Andrew said he thinks it is Heliodor, but he's okay with letting it go. So we have the citrine, and I think this is a very light citrine as well. There's a little bit of yellow in there. Some of these citrines, the strands that they came off of were kind of, sometimes the smaller ones didn't have as much of the yellow, so that's where those came from. This is the Heliodor. I believe that's a Heliodor. And the hole in that goes this way. And then the rose quartz, because Andrew's usually pretty guarded about Heliodor. He likes to keep it, but he said he can let it go. This is amethyst, very light amethyst, very pretty. Serpentine, jade, maybe, could be chalcedony. Could be, that looks like a chalcedony the way that one's glowing. That's a little different than the other one. I think that's a chalcedony. And then a snakeskin agate. And then this beautiful long pearl. Vintage pearl. Look at the colors in that. And it's drilled all the way through. So drilled top to bottom that way. And it says, I think that was citrine. Yeah, these, yeah. They have very light color to them. There's a little tiny bit of yellow, you can see it. And so, Anna says, I bought a strand that had some variation like you're showing. Yeah, we had a few strands like that. And some of these, Andrew either picked a strand, or we sold the strands as, some of them as individual stones, and this is what we've got left. Sometimes the strands fall apart, you know, over time, or he used them for some projects, and then they, you know, we have what's left. VRL 7 has just sold. Thank you so much. Take that one away. Whoa. See, I told you, I can't keep my hands on any. I keep dropping everything. It's been like that all day. All right. Some of y'all like this. I'm sorry if it's not what everyone likes. If it's, I hope it's not boring anybody. But I like these. I thought it was a good idea. I really like these. These are things that I would have bought as a kid and I would still buy now. Like, I just think they're really, really pretty. I just wish I knew what every stone was, but I don't, unfortunately. This is rose quartz, a smoky quartz, and it's been either irradiated or electroplated. I'm not 100% sure on this one, the age of this one, but it's a faceted round, which is really cool. I threw in a pair of these amethyst. Sometimes people want a pair, but this is a nice pair for a pair of earrings. And I figure you make a pair of earrings with that, it's $12. Easy to make that money back. The lemon quartz. And I start looking at some of these and I'm like, is that lemon topaz in some of them? That might actually, this might be citrine. These ones are citrine maybe. This is the lemon quartz. Because lemon quartz usually looks like that. This one I'm unsure of though. Because lemon quartz, lemon topaz, these look more like citrine. I don't know. That's what happens when you just pull them from a tray. And don't ask Andrew before you do the show. This It's tourmalinated. This is probably a prehnite, is my best guess. It's got a lovely green color. It's got the black it's not usually tourmaline though in prehnite. Losing the word. Anyway, I think that's tourmaline, or not, I'm sorry, prehnite. And then this one is a little opaly guy, I believe. And 8 has sold already. Thank you so much. And you got, I don't think I showed you, you got the pair also of the smoky quartz, tumbled stones, tumbled beads. They're all beads, not just stones. So thank you. I appreciate that. Put that away. And I've got one more of these lots left. And then we'll move on to other things. Susan says, I think the assorted gemstone lots are great. I can't choose between them. That was another worry I had. And it says, nice to see the variety of stones. I thought so too, especially like the higher end ones. I was worried that people weren't going to be able to choose. Because I would have a hard time choosing. I was actually wondering if any were going to sell until I showed them all, because I was like, people might just wait until the end. But if you're going to grab one, this is one of the definite ones that I would grab. It has this gigantic aquamarine, which that is the star of the show. That's like a $12 bead, probably by itself. It's a very high quality aquamarine, but you're also getting I think these are Peruvian opal. I'm pretty sure they're Peruvian opal. So you get that with that. This one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head, but it's a nice little pendant. I like the color. And then this is one of those citrines. Beautiful, crystal clear, almost citrine. And this is a quartz tube bead, and then the smoky quartz and the rose quartz, and then this one is another one of these opals. So that is VRL9. Angela's struggling with the process. What are you struggling with the process, Angela? Choosing between them? 9 just sold. Thank you so much. So what remains is 1, 4, and 6 so far. 1, 4, and 6 are still available. This was one of my very favorite ones out of all of them. I love that. That beautiful quartz. And then, of course, that one. Tori says, it's great to get different pendants or beads that you might not be able to afford a whole strand. Yeah, I think that's what's fun, right? 4 just sold. Thank you so much. So 1 and 6 are the only 2 that are still available. If you like these kind of things, maybe we'll do more of these in the future if you're all interested. So 4 has sold. Thank you. Anybody for 1 or 6? 1 or... I'm surprised that 1 is available, honestly. That was one of my favorite ones too. Because 1, it has this really nice aquamarine. And I love this with this, the carnelian. And I think it's a jade or a serpentine. I know that's not a high end one, but it's just such a cool pendant. And then the lemon quartz. And this is a citrine. This is the citrine. It does have a little crack on this side, but it was made that way. It's just the way it was, I think. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. I don't like that. Let me replace it. I'm going to replace it with this one. It's a little bit more yellow, a little smaller, but it's a nicer quality citrine. So there, we just replaced that. This, I don't know what this is, but it's fun. This is probably a dyed stone, but I like the shape. And then this one, of course, you know I like dogtooth amethyst. I love dogtooth amethyst. So you get that pendant, you get that amethyst there, the lemon quartz, tumbled this time. I think that is a lemon quartz as well. It's so light, light yellow, just a blush of it. The smoky quartz, the rose quartz. And this rose quartz, I don't know if you saw, it's flat on the back. It's drilled through the top and fastened in the front. So it's made to sit like that. But because it's also flat, you could set it if you wanted to. And then you have that, the dyed chalcedony, which I think is fun. All right, so 1 and 6 are still available. I'm going to leave them up here while we look at some other stuff too, just so people know they're still there. What did I miss? 1, 2. Oh, there it is. It looked like the black button. That too. I was like, there should be 8. Yeah, because if we sold these by the strand, a lot of these stones, they would be hundreds of dollars. So taking them apart, I think, is really the way to go on those. And so there we go. Okay. Now we have some fun stuff coming up. Some stuff we've never shown before, so I got to figure out prices for some of this. Because some of it really is brand new to the show. Normally when I do one of these William Pickthing shows, I pick a lot of stuff that we've priced before and just give you better prices, but these are brand new to the show. Let's do these VRL10. Let's do this for 8. I think that's a good price. $8 is this strand of these metal beads. They kind of look like almost like an hourglass or a column. If you were really tricksy, you could probably get seed beads in there. Maybe. Actually, you definitely could, because look, they're large hole. So it helps to look at the beads. So they're large hole. So you could definitely get seed beads in there or other smaller rounds or faceted, microfaceted rounds in there. And you could see through those. Like you can see the cord through there. But you could use that to be able to float other beads. This is a full strand of these. Let me get my ruler. Let's see. This is a 12-inch strand. Leather cording too, says Anna. Absolutely. You could do leather cording through there. And I think they're super cool. Size-wise, I still got to get my batteries. These are about 12 millimeters by 6. About 12 by 6 millimeters. The hole on those is approximately, I'm going to say 4 millimeters. 4 millimeters. VRL10, $8 for the strand. And these are super cool. This is a lot of these tumbled stone. I don't know what stone this is, but I know it's stone. It's not glass. because one of them broke. And you can see all the way through. It's a stone. And so I'm going to do this for, this is a large lot of them. I'm going to do it for $8. Probably should do it for more, but it's a good night. What the heck? These are 2-hole beads. So there's a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom. And you can fit them together like this. Wait, that's not right. Come on, William. Get it together. Literally. You can fit them together like this and make a bracelet if you wanted to. So big, little, wide, skinny. And you can fit them together to make a bracelet. Anyway, it's hard to show you unless I have actual wire. You all know what I mean though, right? Right? Let me see if I can find any wire anywhere. You would think in this whole place I'd have some wire right here. Terry says, you might lose me because we were having a thunderstorm. My lights keep flickering. Oh no. There's a lot of thunderstorms and stuff around right now, for sure. So let's see here. So I'm thinking, I put that on like that. And then I put that on where it goes through like that. There, like that. And then it goes on the wide way like that. There we go. We're getting it here. So they fit together like that. And they're 2-hole, and you can use them to make like a stretchy bracelet or something if you want. I think they're cool. Hope your power stays on, Teresa Susanna. Yeah, I hope so. That's VRL 11. But I got into some new drawers today, which is why you're seeing things that we've not shown before. And I just started pulling stuff. So Anna says, those are cool. They are cool. I just started pulling stuff that, you know, I thought people might have fun with. Stuff I liked. These are dyed shell, but they're dyed shell pendants. I think they make really nice earrings. And I'm going to do those for the whole lot of them for $4. I know you can't see that. I'm going to move that. Let me put these away. VRL 1 is still available if anybody's interested. VRL 11 has just sold. Thank you so much. 1 is going away for a little while. And this is VRL 12. These are fun. Some of them, the dye job on them is a little bit wonky. You know, most of them are fine. Some of them just look, I think there's 1 or 2 of them. Maybe it's just that one. Just that one, really, I think, that has that weird. But it's just how it was dyed. It doesn't, it's not coming off or anything. VRL, it's just how the shell took the dye. You get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those little pendants or earring charms, whatever you want to use them as, for $4. Let's see here. Let me find a bag for the. Didn't I just have a bag? Yes. 11 is full, so I'm going to put those away. Thank you. Okay. What am I on? 13. Purell 13, $2. I found these. They're painted wood beads. Wow. Y'all. Painted wood beads. I think this is probably something Andrew would probably like never put on the show because he's like, well, nobody wants that. But I like them. I think they're actually super cute. But they're large hole, painted wood beads, only $2. Some have little flowers painted on them. I thought they'd be cute for people who use like wood and bone and shell. I think they could be a nice little addition. They are approximately 20 millimeters. Whoa. You get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them. Did I do that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 of them for $2. Hey, we'll see. Maybe somebody will want them. Oh, we sold 12. Thank you so much. So 12 has been sold. That's the shell. Like I said, I'm trying to keep everything a little bit inexpensive tonight. Nothing too expensive going on. We have a few higher end things, but not super wild. Trying to give you all a little bit of a break tonight on some good deals. Hello, Andrew.
Howdy.
How you doing? He's busy over there.
I'm okay. I'm a little bit tired.
A little bit tired. Ah! I can't hold on to anything tonight.
Well, I'm not going to show the sample. If you all want to see a preview.
Oh, show them.
All right.
Let me move that out of the way for you.
You can sit down because my back is hurting.
I'm standing so much today. Let me scoot out so I'm not in your way here.
All right. So I'm teaching a class in Pittsburgh at Contemporary Craft in the beginning of August. And I'm going to bring some of these new shimmer enamels. So these are some of my shadow creatures that I've turned into little pins. And these have a shimmer enamel on it. These shimmer enamels come all the way from England.
Those are cool.
And these are different ones. I mean, you can't really see. I mean, I guess you can tell.
You can tell when you're in person.
And you can kind of see. But this one's really pretty. This green.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
And then so I've been playing around with the different firings. So this one is a full fuse, so it kind of has a different effect. This is like a sugar fire. And so I kind of think the sugar fire works. I almost like that a little bit more.
Ooh, look at that one. Flashy, glittery.
So it kind of it doesn't, it's not as shiny. I don't know if shiny's
a void cat.
the right word, but like these ones,
You've been working hard. That's a lot of different enamels to put on there.
You're telling me. So I've been playing around with these and trying to
look at those eyes too.
Those ones I drew on.
Everybody's got eyes.
And so I've been trying to see which ones I like the best. You know, they're all a little bit different. Then the thing is how to polish the edges of these.
Who said I love the sugar fire? Teresa.
And yeah, so apparently they don't do well with multiple firings. So there's that to consider.
Ooh.
This one is kind of a metallic blue.
Like a purpley blue.
And so I've been playing around with the different colors and the different finishes.
And these are on copper?
These are on copper.
Copper. Look how it went light to dark.
That one is I did more. I layered it on more.
That looks cool. I like that effect.
That kind of ombre.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, shiny glitter.
some of these you don't really see the full. I don't know if you can see that or not. But and then these are sharp.
These just go wild.
So
They are sharp.
The pins. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm playing around. And this one I probably should have done the eye a little bit better. But it's also getting used to these. These fire much quicker.
Oh, yeah?
They fire, to get this kind of sugar fire, it's like a minute.
Ooh, that's in and out.
Yeah, it is. And then, so I've been talking to the new Alexa. So a couple of weeks ago, I was very honored to speak to a group of senior citizens at a place that they were doing they were looking at my artwork, and we were talking about my art and stuff. And so they sent me a gift certificate as a thank you. And so I got a Dot or Echo, whatever it is.
The new Echo, I forget what they call the new one.
I don't know, but it's so I can, because I use it for a timer, and so it,
His old one crapped out.
yeah, the one speaker blew out on one of them, and then, whoop, and then the one is,
Across the room.
yeah, I have to scream, and so I ended up getting hoarse by the end of it.
And your phone
And it says,
to listen to you
they look great. Nice to see the various colors. You see the difference in them when they're set on the table. Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of I'm seeing which ones are my favorites. For sure.
I like that blue purple for sure.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that green.
This one? That one turned out really good. Like, some of them I think are a little too similar. Like these ones, they're two different colors, but they're, yeah, but it's like minute difference. Like you could get one color and be happy with just the one color, you know. So, you know, it's like if I had to get colors, I would probably, I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what some of these are like that are sugar fired, what they look like full fired and vice versa.
Because this one is full fire, and it does it.
I like that. I bet out in the sun that would really shine.
It has like a very different. It's like a car.
Yeah, it does. It looks like car paint.
But it's enamel, vitreous enamel. Susan says Nessies. I don't see no Nessies. Oh, these ones? That's not it.
Maybe she wants you to do Nessies.
I have some, but I didn't do them yet. My Kimberly says those are fantastic. Thanks. So I've been playing around with this today. I have some other stuff that I'm working on as well. I had a meeting with my mentor. Luckily, she got stuff pretty much dried out. She lost a couple pieces of furniture, but for the most part, her studio isn't too terrible condition. And so I finished up the Squonks, and I didn't know there was a Squonk song.
Yeah, that was funny.
And those ones, one of them got claimed last night, and then one of the gargoyles got claimed last night as well. So
I like what you did with the Squonk tears, though. They came out really good.
Oh, thanks. I try to make them look extra wet.
They do. They look juicy wet.
So how come there's not anybody watching hardly?
There was.
Did they leave?
Had like 18 people.
Well, when I got on, everybody left. There's only like 10 watching now. Oh wow, whatever. So like this one is more silver. It's maybe interesting to see them kind of put
I can't
together.
wait to see them in the daylight.
Like, but also like imagine in like a one piece. I think that they could be a little bit more. You can see the differences a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So like these ones, this is like a darker green and more like a lime green. But also, I don't know if that's what that's going to look like. These ones, they're different from just doing that, because we make enamel stuff. We have that whole series, that luster series, and these are different than the lusters.
Yes.
So Anna says, "LOL, we love you too, Andrew." Thanks. Oh, well, 2 more people start watching.
There you go. See?
Gertie.
So darn pretty, says Susan. Garden cat.
And a sneak. And then who's this? Idabel?
You love Idabel.
This too chunky to be Idabel.
Yeah, she's skinny mini.
Which one's Tallulah?
No, you don't got no fluffy tail. You don't got no fluffy tail, Tallulah.
This one?
You gotta go with the dog with that big fluffy tail.
This?
That's like more like her tail, but in cat form.
Like this?
Right.
People are like, what the heck is I'm watching? Thanks. So that's what I made today.
Nice. Good job.
Oh, I'm a little bit wore out.
Well, let me finish the show.
All right.
And then we can go home.
Well, I was
start that dinner.
Oh, so I have to work some more. Perfect.
Andrew made us a delicious pizza with homemade pizza crust yesterday. We had a kind of curry bean thing the day before, and we reduced that and fixed it up a little bit, and he turned it into pizza toppings. It's kind of like a flatbread with curry. When it reduced, it almost went to like a barbecue tasting, like a sugary curry.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. And tonight he made another. He has some bread ready, some dough ready, and he asked me to get some mushrooms and cheese and onions. So I think we're gonna have a pretty dang good pizza from the sounds of it tonight.
Maybe we'll see. If not, I'll make something else. But I think that looks like I did a lot of work.
You did a lot of work. Imagine if you had that to show to your tutor or your mentor today.
I told her about it. I said, I made this many things. And she's like, holy smokes.
She's always amazed at how much you make.
Yeah, but also she's like, what would happen if you like took a lot more time? I was like, I don't know. I've never done it.
I got no time to waste.
You know what? Usually what it is if something has a lot of time, I overwork it. Mm-hmm. A. Number 2, I forgot about it. And then I don't know what the other one is.
Number C.
Number C.
A, 2,
C. Bingo. People are like, what the hell am I watching? Well, enjoy.
Well, enjoy. He says,
if you want any of these, I don't know if I should sell these. If you do want, like their eyes are a little bit, I don't know.
People are loving them.
You like them?
So darn, look, somebody just said, so darn pretty.
Thanks.
It's a lot of work. This is a great collection of enamels.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
So if anybody wants them, let me know. And then I guess you have to screenshot it or something.
Suzanne says, I'm interested.
Well, how much do you think we should sell these? They're kind of a lot of work.
They are a lot of work.
36, I guess.
Or more. Or less.
I was thinking more, but that's good. Because I'd rather sell them than just stare at them. Because I'm not going to bring all of them to the class
Well,
because
let me leave them here if you can, and I'll go through them at the end of this show. We'll do a quick numbering of them.
Don't drop it.
And if anybody wants to buy them, you can get them at the end of this show. How's that?
All right, I'm going to go back to work.
Get to work. You haven't done enough yet today.
No, I didn't. I did. So I also started working on
10
some
has sold. Thank you so much.
earrings, and then
Some earrings.
you want to see well, I don't know if I can show it.
I haven't seen the earrings.
We'll see if it worked out. They're been in the pickle pot all day.
Oh. Thank you all. 10 has just sold multiple times. I wish I had another one of these, but I don't, y'all. It's weird. Like this was up for a while, and then both planes came in at the same time, practically. 1 minute after the other. So 13 and 6 are still available. 1 is also still available. Okay, next up. Let's see, what do we got here? Got some pretty pre-night strands. And this is pre-night, mostly the gemmy green part. It does not have much of the black. So these are pre-night rounds. I shouldn't use that, it's dead. Let me use this, I can see better. These are about 6mm pre-night rounds. I think I have 4 of these available. Where'd my VRL, what number am I on? 14. And normally these are 16 a strand. I'm gonna drop them down to 10 tonight for y'all. VRL 14, 6mm pre-night. And this strand is, these are, let me see, about 15-inch strands. 15-inch strands. VRL 14. You said we said 36 on these, right? Good.
So, these are the earrings. I have to, the solder, I was like, oh, I need to have some extra flux. That made this solder spread like crazy. So I have to grind all that off. I was like, what am I doing? Anyways, so these will be really light, kind of, I'm going to try to really do lightweight enamel earrings.
Nice.
And look, it's been in the pickle so long you can see the crystalline structure of the copper.
I'm not sure how to help you with that.
Crystalline.
All right. So VRL 14, thank you all for hanging out with us. Got the little show and tell today. Kind of in the middle of the show here as a little break. Now we'll get back to the selling. VRL, sometimes it's nice to take a little break, right? VRL 15. I found these as well. These are not pre-night. I believe these are a jade or a serpentine. I think they're a jade. And I'm going to do these also for $10 each. Different stone, different price. But these are a little bit bigger. And I thought they'd go really well together, even though they're different stones. This is an 8mm, but I thought, like, they look very similar, right? So I don't think these are prehnite because I don't see any black in any of these. So I think they're a jade. But I just thought they worked really well together. And you know me, I like my greens. So both $10 a strand, 4 strands available of each, I think. Oops, I miscounted. No, this one only has 3 available. So it says we just had a double rainbow. Nice. That's awesome. I love double rainbows. We had one a few weeks ago. Okay, I'm going to put 6 away. This again, one last take a look at that one last time. Got that one. Beautiful gemstones. Lots of high-end gemstones. Only $12 for that. If anybody's interested, still have that available. Get these back in order. Okay. 13 is still available. It's these hand-painted wooden beads. $2 for those. The 6mm prehnite, the gemmy green part of the prehnite, $10 a strand. And the jade is VRL 15 at $10 a strand. 3 of those available. These are cool vintage plastic nuggets to look like amethyst. They look a lot like amethyst. They come in like different shades of purple. They are large hole. And the bag on these was marked $15, but I'm not going to do, even though they are super cool, I'm going to do it for, that would be, let's do it for 6. Let's do it for $6. Super cool, lightweight because they're vintage plastic, all different sizes. And someone just tried to claim VRL 7 again. That one is already sold. VRL 7 was already sold. But VRL 6 is still available if anyone's interested, and VRL 1 is still available if you're rewatching. And of course, VRL 16. You get all of these for $6. And the hole size on these, let me see if I can get a hole size. That is about a 4mm, 3 to 4mm hole. VRL 16. I think they're super cool. I like stuff like that when the plastic mimics a stone. I think it's fun. All right, let's put these wooden beads away. Maybe Andrew was right on those ones. No one wants the wooden beads. I thought those would be great for bone and some other things. But maybe you don't like them. It's all right. Don't like everything I like, right? We wouldn't be different people if you all didn't like a little bit of different stuff. I think those are really cool, though. Okay, VRL 17 coming up. Let's see, what do I want to do on these? These, whoops, I dropped something again. Wow. I just can't. All right, this is a $14 strand. I'm going to drop it down to $10 strand. This is a vintage check glass. Super cool. One strand available. This is approximately about 10 to 11 millimeters. 10 to 11 millimeter coins. Check glass. VRL 17. That's a long strand too. That is approximately a 10-inch strand. 10-inch strand, VRL 17. How are y'all doing out there? Everybody okay? Everybody good? If you're still out there, let me know. Let me know you're still out there. We've got these nuggets. These are dyed magnesite in an orange color. I'm going to do that lot for $2. VRL 18. $2 dyed magnesite. In orange. I know some of you like that. Those large dyed beads. I think they're super cool. 17 just sold. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Put that in the back. Move 18 over there. Oh, 18 just sold. I was just about to move it, and it just sold. Thank you so much. And 16 has just sold. I had a feeling somebody was going to get 16. I just loved it too much. Thank you so much. Maybe my email's just coming in. We've had storms around here, and so I don't know if things are a little wonky. This one is sold. Thank you, thank you. Hope you all like the stuff today. Like I said, I was rooting around through cabinets and bins, trying to find things with good deals for you. Trying not to price anything too expensive tonight. Just to give you all a little break. Let's see here. I've got these. These are super cool. I keep saying super cool, don't I? BRL 19. And let's do $5 on that strand. BRL 19. $5 on these little, I think these are, where's the, hold on. Oh, I should have done that a little more. These are actually, I'm going to leave the price as it is though. These are hematite. I thought they were a glass bead, but they're actually hematite. Should have looked at that a little closer. That's all right. $5 for the strand. 20 millimeters for the hematite strand. VRL 19. That will not stay at $5 if it does not sell tonight, that's for sure. This was I gathered up some loose beads. I was doing the gemstone things, and then I gathered up some kind of coordinated. Ooh, that one. That's no good. That's no good. Those are sticky. Those are just going right in the trash. I didn't even notice that when I picked them up before. So we had these laying around, and it's just a fun grouping, I think, of some kind of glass beads, some fun kind of foil beads, these little roundy beads, vintage plastic bead. So just fun beads like that. And I'm just going to do $3 on the lot of those. PRL 2019 has sold. Thank you so much. I had a feeling that would go. It's a good price for natural hematite. Now I need a bag that that'll fit into. Anybody still out there? Still watching? Say hi if you're out there. Time to wake up, everybody. Some of you are out there, I know. I still see some claims coming in. We appreciate it. But the comments have gotten slow. What happened, everybody? Everybody was talking up a storm. What'd y'all eat today? Kimberly says, I have not left. Good, thank you. Susanna's still here. Thank you. Last time I asked for saying hi, people didn't do anything. Hello, Anna. Thank you. Norma's still here. Thank you. What are y'all up to? What'd you all cook? I'm working on one of our usual dinners, says Kimberly. What's a usual dinner? Pasta? Having pasta? Susan's still here. Thank you. Okay, this is a vintage coral strand. Really nice. Meatloaf. Oh, I miss meatloaf. With a side of pasta. Nice. Angela's still here. Thank you. And we had a hot dog and potato salad. Oh, I love potato salad. I got some coleslaw. You know that Grandma's brand? I don't know if y'all have Grandma's brand in your grocery stores. But let me see what I can do with this. This was $16. Let's do $12. I got some coleslaw, and there's a Grandma's brand, but our store, Giant Eagle, does their own brand, and it tastes pretty much the same. Look at this. I think this is dyed vintage coral. I'm pretty sure it's dyed, but it's such a beautiful red color. And it is vintage. And because I think it's dyed, I'm going to do it at $12. VRL 21. Just really cool shapes, though, of those. Nice size, cool shapes. Vintage coral. Okay, let's see here. Terry said, portobello mushroom burger with homemade potato salad. Oh, everybody's having the potato salad. I should have gotten some. They make a coleslaw. Anyway, I got the coleslaw the other day, and I passed up the potato salad because it's a little expensive. Although buying all the ingredients and making it would be about, probably more. But I love potato salad, and I haven't had it in a long time, and I've been kind of craving it lately. So this is, we made a corkscrew pasta with homegrown, I almost said basil, spinach, Parmesan, olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic. Very yummy. That sounds delicious. I love basil. It's one of my favorite herbs. I could put on everything. The porta burger sounds yummy, says Susan. Suzanne had lasagna. Ooh. Might have to make one of those soon. Remember, says, we used to have a deli called Stanley J's that had the best potato salad, but it closed. I found a copycat recipe online for it, though, and it is yum. What's in the potato salad? Share it, Norma. Share the love. Post that recipe, Norma. Okay, I'm going to take these away. Nobody wants these yet at this time, at this point in time in our lives. And I'm going to take these other ones away. What makes the Stanley J's potato salad so good? What do y'all like in your potato salad? Do you put what are the things that are, that people, what's the word that people disagree on in potato salad? Do you put pickles in your potato salad? You do mustard in your potato salad? What other things do people Gesundheit? Let's see here. Where am I at? VRL. See, then I start reading the comments, and then I stop doing the show. I know. Now I know why you don't comment all the time, right? Okay, this is already made into a necklace, but I loved these big gold beads, and I believe they're electroplated plastic because they sound like it, and they are light. But you get all of them. I'm just going to do it for $6 if you like those large beads. And these are about 15 to 16 millimeter beads. So if you need some really large gold light beads, there you go. So it says mine is pickles, eggs, vinegar, mustard, and mayo. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. I like all of that in mine too. But some people disagree on the things you put in, right? Large and in charge beads, Susanna, right? Some people like those large light beads, especially because I also I brought in some blacks, and I thought maybe y'all would like these with the black. I love gold and black together. This is beautiful sardonyx, and these are irregular shaped beads, and it's a whole strand of these. A lot of just the black, but some of them have some of the gray and the brown, so it is sardonyx. This was a $24 strand. I will bring it down to $18 today. Today only. Norma says I can post a link. It has mayo and sour cream with green onions and bell pepper. It's mostly different because it's really smashed, almost mashed red skin on potatoes. Ooh, that sounds good. All right. Nobody wants my mashup of various wonderful beads. All right. Fine, y'all. Only $3? Nobody wants those? Okay. Sometimes I try things to see if y'all like them or not. Like, apparently, you don't like... you like the mashup of the gemstones, but not the mashup of the vintage plastic and glass and stuff. Maybe. Maybe you just didn't like the purple, mostly purple color of those. I don't know. URL 21, URL 22, URL 23. I love 23. It's one of my very favorite strands we've got because I love irregular shaped beads. I think they're really fun to play with. Oh, I found these too. VRL 24. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 6. Let's do this for let's do it for $8. That's 50 cents a bead coming up. Susan says, we just had a spectacular sunset. Mother Nature's paint box has been very busy. Boy, you got the double rainbow and nice sunsets. That's awesome. I don't know what the sunset was like here. Might have been really pretty. It was a nice day earlier. Just dropped another bead. Okay. These are super cool. These are those little, they're a natural, I think these are candle nut, miniature candle nut shells. They've been hollowed out and then painted this black and gold. And I think it's the candle nut, because I think the candle nuts are usually this little heart shape. And they're hollowed out and then they've been painted black and gold with this kind of web-like. I don't know how they do that, but it's really cool. And you get 16 of them. Oh, we just sold all those. Thank you so much. You get 16 of them for $8. I think that's a really good deal, because if that were in a strand, probably more, right? But I didn't know if anybody would like them. And me, can't hold on to anything. One moment while I get that one that went across the room. Okay. Oh, we sold it again. Sorry, I've only got one lot of those. Just the one lot of those. But I thought all this black and gold stuff would be nice. And this is some onyx in a really cool shape. I know the onyx hasn't been selling recently, but I couldn't pass up this shape. So I thought I'd give it another try. VRL 25. These were marked 24. I'm going to bring them down to, let's do 18 on them. I've got 2 of them available. And they're these little kind of marquee top drilled onyx drops. And they are approximately 13 millimeters by 8. 13 by 8 VRL 25. Okay, let me put this away. This would go really well with the black too. Look at that together. Ooh, 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 I like that. And these are just about the right size to put in between these. Anyway, all right. Let me put those away. VRL 21 still available. It's the vintage coral. Oh, I should have eaten more than a candy bar today. I had some pudding. Andrew made some pudding again that was really good. And he made a blueberry compote on top of it. And me and the cats had some pudding today. Put these away as well. You seem to be grabbing stuff quick when you know what you want, so I'm not feeling too bad putting stuff away a little bit earlier. Leave those out just in case anybody's thinking on those again still. VRL26. All right. Let's do these at, so normally 10. Let's do them at 6. Let me see if I have 1 or 2. Norma's asking Susan if you got a picture to post of the sunset. Just one of these. VRL 26. I'm going to put the next few lots up pretty quick, one after another, so you can see the colors. These are a vintage dyed pearl. This is VRL 26. I thought these would go really well with the blacks as well. This is going to be 27, slightly more purple. VRL 27. These were all 10. I'm going to bring them down to 6 for you. And then VRL 28. And I do have 2 of these. Susan says, yes, I'll post it later. Good, thank you. We just sold 21, which is the coral. The coral, thank you. All right, now let me show you these up close. Look how nice they are with the black. So this is VRL 26. These dyed vintage freshwater pearls. So that's 26. This is 27. These are a different shape and a slightly more purple, like a bluey purple color. So just to show you these two together. And then this is 28, which are these little ring pearls in this bright pink. So for those of you who like the vintage dyed pearls, some beautiful strands, only $6 a strand. And again, all of these, let me put these back in order. All of these, I think, with the black would be really fantastic. Right? Okay. So there are those. Boy, I made a mess. We've just sold both of 28, the hot pink. So both of those are sold. Thank you so much. I will put those away so no one else is teased by them anymore. So these two are still available. I'm going to put this away. One more look at this before I do. The irregular shaped sardonyx strand. Love it. Lowest price we've ever given on that, down from $24 to $18. I think we've gone down to 22 on that before. Going all the way down to 18 today, if anybody is interested. VRL 23. We'll leave 25 out there for a little bit longer. 26 we just put out, and 27 we just put out. So we'll leave those out. All right. VRL 28. Remember, at the end, we're going to do Andrew's pins. So we'll do them real quick at the end. If you're interested in any of those, please stay tuned. I think it's going to be nice. Okay, this is a cherry quartz in these fantastic shards. I call them shards. I don't know what you want to call them. Anything other than that, but they're center drilled. Super cool. On me, not quite the right color, right? But they're really cool. They kind of match my skin tone almost too well. But I think they'd be cool as earrings. I think they would make a good bracelet if you wanted to do that. Let's see, we had them at 24. I'm going to bring it down to 18 tonight for you all, if you're interested in that strand. I think we've only ever shown that once before. And they're really cool, I think. Strawberry quartz. One strand available. Only one. It's vintage too, by the way. If you like the vintage stuff, that is a vintage strand. What do I have next? This is the one I have. Let's see if these are the same. Okay, these two are the same. This one is different. Come on. Let me put these away. Make some room up here. Oh no! I just can't. I just can't win tonight. Okay. 26. Wow. 27, 28, and these are 29. These are metal beads. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. These are a little bit weighty. I don't know what metal these are made out of, to be 100% honest, but they've got some weight to them. If you're looking to use them like near a pendant, to hold a pendant down or keep a pendant from flapping around too much, these would be perfect. Sometimes you need a little bit of weight, right? Because they're not big, but they're weighty. I'm going to do them at $6 a strand. There are 2 strands available. VRL 29 and VRL 30. $6 for this strand. And this strand looks like this. And again, these have some weight to them. And they would be great for those times when you're looking to hold down a pendant. The holes are fairly large. You could probably get, if you needed to take bead wire down and back up, you could do that. if you were dangling a pendant here and wanted to go down and back up, you could definitely do that. VRL 29 and VRL. Wait a second. Wait a second. I messed up. This should have been 29. I'm going to make this 31, y'all. I don't know if anybody's getting it yet or not, but let's just replace that. I made a mistake. VRL 31. Nobody caught it. Nobody caught me? Okay, we're going to make this 31. Because I already had 28. Somebody bought it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's put these back. Could 29 and 30 be used as earrings? They would be fine doing them singular. Just all together, like that's too heavy. But just one at a time, yes. They would be fine for earrings. They've just got weight enough to them that, you know, sometimes when you have like a shell pendant, that's what I mean, like a piece of polymer clay pendant maybe, or a shell pendant, and you just want to add a little bit more weight, they'd be great for that. But yeah, you could definitely use them individually. I wouldn't use probably more than 1 or 2 on an earring though, because they are a little bit weighty. But 1 would be fine. Okay. VRL 32. We're going to go to 40 tonight, and then we'll take a look at Andrew's stuffs. Andrew's stuffs. Okay. Now we're going to get into a little bit of, I don't want to say higher end, but these not the whole show, but just the next like 2 lots are going to be higher end. And it's still, really, still good prices. Look at this. Look at this tourmalinated quartz. These are big and beautiful. And those were 38. And I'm going to bring it down to 26. It's like 28, and let's bring it down to 26. $26 for the strand. Really good price. Probably can make more money off of selling them individually, but if somebody wants it, that's an excelente strand of tourmalinated quartz. It's got a lot of the tourmaline in it. A lot. You don't often, this is a vintage strand, you don't often see that much tourmaline in them anymore. Really, that's like the old price. This should be like a probably on sale, a $42 strand, $46 strand on sale. These are about 15 to 16 millimeters, and it has just sold. Thank you so much. I had a feeling that one would not last long. Not at that price, but I wanted to give you a good price. I found it in the drawers. It's a vintage strand. Thank you so much. That's probably one we don't talk to Andrew about, right? That's just between us, y'all. Just between us. VRL 33. These were 36. I can't quite go so low on these because these were modern and I know what we spent on them, but I will take it down to 30. This, I think, is one of the lowest prices we've ever given, if not the lowest. Last time was 32. We've got 2 of these available. And these are the quatrefoils in the Golden Tiger Eye. $30 a strand. Really high quality Tiger Eye. Beautiful quatrefoils. Got 2 strands of those available. Again, normally, I think the lowest we've ever done on those is 32, so I'm bringing them down a little bit more to $30 for y'all. Got 2 strands left, and then that is it. I don't know if we'll ever see that shape again, to be 100% honest. I don't know if that shape is still out there in the world. I haven't seen it much since. Susan says, uh-oh, our lips are sealed, right? Yeah, I'm looking at that strand. I'm like, why did I put it at 26? Oh my goodness. But that's called gas money. That's called a quarter tank of gas for Andrew to leave. So that's good. That's how we justify that. All right. Let's see here. Let's put 31 back. Nobody wants you. Go away, little stray. Find you a home some other day. $29. Those 2 are still available. This one is still available. And 33 are the quatrefoils. This is I hoard it when I see it. The quatrefoil shape, yes. It's not one that comes around very often. Okay. What am I doing? Next, VRL 34. This was 22. I'm going to bring it down to 16, I think. Let me look before I make that number again. Yeah, let's do 16. Says, yep, I have it in several minerals. Yeah, I know when we got it, we got the Tiger Eye, we got the Amethyst, we got a Prehnite, Prehnite, Tiger Eye, Amethyst, Citrine. I think those are the only ones we were able to get it in. I can't remember if we had a smoky quartz. We may have had a smoky quartz too. This one is, sorry everybody. This is, yeah, I wanted to check. It is a dyed jade. It is a dyed jade. Dyed jade, teardrop beads. We've offered this before. The lowest price we've ever done is 18, and I went down to 16 today. That's pretty low. This is a vintage strand, and 16 is actually lower much lower than the retail was back then. So if that means anything. We try to do that, but can't go 2 times, but when we can, we do. So these are approximately 18 by 12 millimeter drops in the jade, the dyed jade. VRL 34. VRL 35. And I know some of you are Halloween people, but some of you are also Christmas people. And I found these glass strands It reminded me of Christmas. So let me see if I can. I don't think I can get them apart. These are old vintage glass strands. And they do smell like vinegar. It's old vintage glass. Somebody's cleaned them in vinegar. So you'll just have to know. But let me try and show you one strand. They've got beautiful red, green, white. They've got little flowers and cane work in them. Some of the gold going through too, like the gold little squiggle lines going through. They are nice long strands. They're about, let's see here, about 13 to 14 inch strands. There are 2 of them available. And let me see. They're vintage glass. Let's do them. They were 16. I'm going to do them for $12 for you all. VRL 35. And just to let you know, let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 beads on the strand. 11 beads on the strand. So just over $1 a bead, which I think for that size bead in vintage glass is a good deal. I don't know if anyone's going to like those. Kimberly says Christmassy. I thought they were kind of cool, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Are they nice? Were they too kitschy? I don't know. I think they're kind of pretty. They are a little bit of a mess, right? Like, but it's like a Christmas fun mess. So, maybe somebody will like them. I don't know. I thought they were fun. I've never shown them before, so I figured give it a try. Susan says nice. Yeah, I think, I think they're fun. I like a little bit of Christmas kitsch, right? We did a kit one time called Christmas Kitsch. And it, I think, sold out. Everybody loved Christmas Kitsch kit. They are Christmas-like, Susanna. Yeah, right? I like Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. So, hey, I like them. I like them, even if others don't. It's all right. So far, they're still available. We'll see if anybody grabs them or not. They are very big beads, so I get it too. Like that's a big bead. That's a big bead. You gotta have use for the big beads. But and if nothing else, I probably will take them. We might use them in a Christmas kit someday, or I'll take them to the store and sell them individually. Because at $1 something a bead, that's worth it for a Christmas pendant or something, or even Christmas earrings. And that might be a little heavy. That's a little heavy for earrings. This is a vintage turquoise chip strand. Vintage turquoise chips. And I'm just going to do that for $6. Boy, I can't even today. But it's a nice vintage turquoise. These are small chips too. And this strand it's a 16-inch strand. Wow, I priced that low. I thought that was a short strand. Oh well. When I looked at it in the bag, it looked too small to be a full 16-inch strand. But $6, VRL 36. I'm not going to change the price. Just sold 36. Thank you so much. VRL 37. This was, where's my bag? There it is. This was 14. I'll take it down to 12, but I think the 14 price that we offered before was actually really good. I just blanked. Red Aventurine. Oh my goodness. Aventurine. And it is VRL 37. These are Aventurine coins. And they're about 10 millimeters. 10 millimeter coins. And this is a 16-inch strand. Really pretty. Red Aventurine, and I think they're calling that something else these days too. But look, it actually I think looks really pretty with the turquoise. What do you think? Do you like that combo? I kind of think that's really pretty. Of course, it would also go really well, I think, with Tiger Eye. Mixing with the Tiger Eye. It's not a mix and match show, but hey, if it fits, it fits. Okay, let's put these away. One last look at the quatrefoils. And this is, yes, it's a good combo. Quatrefoils, $30 a strand. VRL 33. And we sold 36, so let me put that away. Thank you for grabbing that. It's the turquoise chip strand. Vintage. And that is 6. So let's move this over. These over. This over. I love this color. It's not quite orangey, but it's not a yellow. I think it's a really pretty strand. I'm really surprised nobody's ever bought that strand. Because I think it's one of the most pretty strands. But that's my own personal taste. Like, it doesn't necessarily go good on my skin, or I might use it, but I think it's a really excellent, pretty color. Okay, what else do I have here? What am I at? 37? This is a vintage check glass strand. Maybe not quite vintage yet. Maybe not quite vintage yet on that, I'm guessing. But it is check glass. VRL 38. I think if I remember correctly, these are a little more modern. This should be 12. I'm going to do it at $10. VRL 38. $10. Nice long strand of these wavy check glass beads. I'm trying to see. They're metallic, and they're slightly blue. I don't know if you can see. They're really pretty. And it's a long strand. That's a 7-inch strand. Yeah, these are a more modern. These are not a vintage. Not yet. I'm guessing it'll be creeping into vintage territory soon. But I don't think they're quite 20 years old yet. But super cool shape, right? And they are just about 8 millimeters wide, And that has sold. Thank you so much. I didn't think that one was going to hang around long. It's a really cool strand. Let's put that away. Sold out. Thank you. And let's see here. These are just fun. I just found these. 2 little metal pillow beads. I thought they were cute. VRL 39. I was going to do those for $1.50 for the pair. $1.50 for the pair of those. I think they're cute. And they have the whole top to bottom this way. VRL 39. And I'm going to make a little bit of room here because we have this little kit. We did a little kit yesterday that Andrew had made, and I found another one that hadn't sold yet. And so I figured I'd show it today since the one yesterday sold. VRL, put in the bag. Big enough for these. Okay. 37, 39, and VRL 40. Okay. This starts out with these. These are Czech glass. These are a vintage Czech glass. They're twisty, but then they're table cut. So they're twisted, and because they're twisted, only this part and this part got table cut. So you get that, and then you get these shell rounds, and these are, oops, that's the inside. These are approximately 5mm rounds. Now I'm going to put those in a bag because if I don't, the way I am today, I'll have them all over the table. So you get that. And then what else do we have in here? Then you get this agate pendant, which is really pretty. And then some more. These are beautiful stone. I don't know what stone. I thought these were Czech glass at first, but they're not. They're stone. Jasper of some sort. Yeah, kind of has a deserty vibe. So you get those. And then you get these. These shell beads, dyed shell. And I think that's a cute little kit. What if we do $8 for all of that? Looks like Desert Sonora Jasper. That would make sense. Thank you, Kimberly. So how about $8 for that kit? What do you think? One available, obviously. VRL 40. And that is that part of the show for tonight. And we're going to move into Andrew's pins now. So let me clear the deck here. And if you're interested in one of Andrew's pins, stay tuned. I'm going to pop them up here quick and make up some papers for them. And let's see here. Oh, we sold VRL 40. Thank you so much. That kit has sold. We appreciate that so much. Gotta find a bag for it. It was all in these separate little bags, and I just want to put it all together. All right. Now, Andrew's pins, for those of you who are still interested in those. I'm going to do it so that it goes a little faster. I'm going to do it this way. All pins, 36 each. So this goes up so you know the price. All right. And then I actually have to cut a little bit more paper because I didn't cut enough for the pins. I wasn't planning that. So let me just cut this up. Get my paper to sit right. Where are my scissors? There they are. Kimberly, what kind of things are you putting on your YouTube channel? Are you filming tutorials? What are you planning on doing there? And does anyone else who watches us have a YouTube channel that they post to? Because that's not something that we ask a lot, honestly. And we should know if y'all have YouTube channels where you're posting. I'd like to know. That's if Kimberly's still watching. You're looking at the pins. All right. I'm going to put them out this way. So there's this one first. This is that green full-fired one. And then we'll do this one. Trying to get up close so you can see some of the glitter sparkle. And then we'll do this one. It's kind of a sugar-fired one. And then we'll do this one. All right, so this will be VRL 41. VRL 42. VRL 43. VRL 44. I'm going to raise this up a little bit. So we make room. And oops, I took paper to that one. And 44. Sandra says, I do have one, but haven't posted in a while. I want to go back to it. Kimmy says, this first video is an unboxing of some kits, pretties, and beads, just kind of getting my feet wet with it. I don't really have a plan on what I'm going to do, so it'll be a mix of things. Nice. Okay, let's do the next ones. All right. So this is 45. These do all have pin backs. This is really a pretty like silvery blue. And then this is 46. This one is 47. And we'll make this one this bluish, kind of purpley blue, silver glitter, 48. All right. Make some more. Let's see. Okay. While you're looking at those, let me make some more papers. And if you have any questions or want to see any of these up close again, let me know. Almost done. I made a lot of these. Okay. May I see a close-up of 42? Yes, absolutely. I wish I had, let's see, because I have a feeling. Let me see if I can get my flashlight on it. Maybe it's too bright then. Sorry. Thought maybe another flashlight would help, but it looks like it's too bright. But this is, let me look. It's a gray, silvery glitter. Trying to aim the light so it'll show you better. There it is. And just size-wise, this is like 2 inches by about 1.5 inches, just to give you an idea in the size of the pins. Anybody else have any questions? Want to see anything else up close? Okay, let me put these first ones away. They're really, as always, they are so much better in person than I'm seeing through the camera. That one's fun. I like that sugar fire look on that one. It's just the way it is. Sometimes it just doesn't capture things, especially sparkly things. This is one of my favorites. I like this green. 44. Okay, let's put out 49, 50, 51, 52. We have sold 42. Thank you so much. The eyes are drawn in, Sandra. Sandra's asking what are the eyes made of. The eyes are drawn in with enamels too. Or possibly Andrew has a way, I think it's the same way he signs. They're drawn in with that. So this is 49. Is this green, kind of green gold, depending on how you hold it. In the darker, it looks kind of green. In the bright, it looks kind of gold. It's really pretty. That's 49. And then 50 is this Sugar Fire one. And then 51 is this fun one here. And then 52, this one, done in the Sugar Fire. All right, and let's start putting these ones away. Show you some more. They go to 58, so we'll be going to 58. So this one is 45, one last look before it goes away. Bags. This one is 46. Six. 47 is this Full Fire green. Really pretty metallic kind of green. And 48 is this one. This is that kind of lapis deep blue with the kind of silvery glitter. And that's 48. Sandra wants to see 44 again. Let me find it here. .44 is this one. .44. Let's see here. And, all right, we did 52, let's do 53, 54, 55, 56. This, oh, pinching myself. This one, and the pin on this one is up here, so it sits like that. And that's 53. This one is 54. This is almost like a gunmetal. And then this one is 55. This one is 56. And then I'll slide this over because we have two more, 57 and 58. This is a sugar-fired 57. Like Nessie, says Susan. And this is 58. And that's the last one, y'all. So those are all $36 each if you're interested. 42 has sold. The rest of them are still available at this moment. Any that don't sell, Andrew will be probably using for his class for samples. And then maybe after that, they'll end up on the website or something like that. I doubt they'll stay at $36 because it is a lot of work. What just sold? 52 just sold. So that's this one. Thank you so much. That one has sold. Yeah, because Andrew wanted to price them higher anyway, but he's doing them for the 36 for you all. But they'll probably go up after that. So if you do see something you like, if you can, grab it now. I get it if you can't. That's okay too. We appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends and fellow makers. Let people know we exist out there. And if you have any questions on anything, feel free to always send us an email. I have a few emails I've not gotten back to yet between this crazy hectic weekend and jury duty yesterday. I'm still catching up on some things. So if you sent me an email recently and I haven't got back to you yet, that's probably why, but I will. And thank you all so much. If you'd like to attend Andrew's class at Contemporary Craft, where he teaches how to do some of this work, then you can take that class in August if you're in the Pittsburgh area or want to come to visit us in the Pittsburgh area. That's on Contemporary Craft's website, but you can also go to our blog at allegorygallery.com, and there are links to the sign-up pages for that class and his mold making class, which he is teaching there as well. And if you'd like to do some powder coating with him, his Peters Valley class still needs a few sign-ups to run. So that'll be in Layton, New Jersey, and you can find the details for that also on our website on our blog. All right. Thank you all so much. Suzanne says, great show. Good night, everyone. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we'll see you back here. Andrew will start off the show tomorrow, maybe with a tutorial or something. That's usually what he does. And then I'll join after my pottery class. All right. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Have an amazing, amazing evening. Bye, everybody.